The first insight that we get from this is if a number ends in n7 and it's divisible by 8 and you get a remainder of 5, well, what number should be divisible by 8? Well, this is 5 more than the number that's divisible by 8, so if you think about it, the number n2, which is 5 less, should divide evenly. And if you remember, we talked a little bit about this mod function, which says divide by this number, in this case 8, and tell me what the remainder is. So we're going to say that if it's n2, then we should get 0, remainder of 0 should be divisible by 8, all that thing. So then the question becomes, well, when is a number divisible by 8? And in this case, if we think about it, so 1,000 divided by 8 equals 125. And so any number of thousands or 10,000s is going to be divisible by 8. So you don't have to care about the thousands. Well, what about the hundreds? Well, 8 doesn't go into 100, but it goes into 200. So 200 divided by 8 equals 25. And so another way to think of it is I can just use that mod function, that modulo function. So if I take 3, 4, 5, 6, and then remember we're looking for n2 mod 200. So if I divide by 200, what do I get? Okay, and so, and then when you look at it, you say, oh, well, there's this even number. There's 600s. And so the pattern repeats itself every 200. So if 6n2 is divisible mod 200 equals, mod 8 equals 0, then just n2. And another way to think about that is if you think about the number 8 divisible by 8, 108 not divisible by 8, but 208 is divisible by 8. Try the same thing with, say, 16. So 16 is divisible by 8. 116 is not. Why not? Because think about 96 divisible by 8, 104, 112, 120 divisible by 8. So that's not. But 216 is. 216 is because 8 times 25 is 200, then one more, then 16 divisible by 8. So there we are, and we've got, all we have to do is find out if our n2 is divisible by 8. So another way to think about this is, what are the 2-digit multiples of 8? And those are 32 and 72, the 2-digit multiples of 8 that end in a 2. And so those are our two possibilities, 3 and 7. Okay, so 3 and 7.